If your home has a well and you're not getting any water at your faucets, chances are you can fix it yourself for very little money, time, or even skills. Here's how. The first thing to check is to make sure that there's power. See that the switch near the pressure tank is in the on position and that the circuit breaker hasn't tripped. If the breaker keeps tripping, it usually means that there's a short in the electrical wiring, or you may even have a bad pump. You'll need to call in a well specialist to deal with either one of those issues. The next thing to check is the pressure switch because it's the #1 cause of a dead well. Here's what it does. The pressure tank has an air-filled rubber bladder inside. That pressurized bladder is what forces water out of the tank and through the pipes of your house. As you use more water and the pressure drops, the pressure switch kicks in to start the pump to keep the tank pressurized. To test the switch, remove the plastic cap. Be very careful here. These wires contain 240 very large volts of electricity, so stay well away from them. With the power on, tap on the tube directly below the switch with the handle of a screwdriver. If you see a spark and the pump switch is on, it means the pressure switch contacts are pitted and worn. Tapping on the tube freed them up to make it work. But that little trick won't last for long. You'll need to get that switch replaced real soon. You can buy a new pressure switch for about $25 at most home centers. Swapping it out is a snap. First, shut off the power and then test the terminals with a voltage sniffer to confirm that the power really is off. Label the wires, disconnect them from the terminal screws, and then detach the conduit from both sides of the switch. Now the tank is still full of water, so before you remove the switch, hook up a garden hose and drain the tank. Opening up some of the house faucets will really help drain the tank a lot faster. Unscrew the old pressure switch. Smear a bit of teflon sealant on the threads, and then twist on and tighten the new switch. Then hook up the conduit to the switch and the wires to the terminal screws. The other likely culprit of a dead well is the controller. About half of all wells use a controller, so if you don't have a steel box like this near your pressure tank, this fix isn't for you. The controller is essentially a capacitor that gives a giant jolt of electrical current to the well pump to get it started, and they often go bad. Fixing it is super simple. Just unhinge the cover which contains the capacitor. Take the whole unit to the home center to get a matching replacement for about $75. The replacement cover contains a new capacitor, and it just snaps right back into place. If neither of those two fixes got the water running, the problem is outside the house, and you'll need to call in a well expert to track down and fix the problem. But most of the time, replacing either the pressure switch or the controller will do the trick, and you'll save the cost of having a pro come in to do it for you.